Do you ever catch a glimpse of a celebrity on television and think, hot damn, she looks just like... Well, we have plenty, and apparently so have many others. We're here to bring you the hilarious, the reaching, and the downright creepy celebrities that look like animals. Or vice versa. Come on, have a laugh. Here are hilarious celebrity animal lookalikes.
Hey guys, this is American Eye, bringing you another great video.
Number 17, Gary Busey and this little monkey. So which one is Gary Busey and which one is the monkey? These two look so similar that it's hard to tell which is which. If you don't know who Gary Busey is, where have you been your entire life? Think Point Break, Lethal Weapon, or our favorite appearance of his, Celebrity Apprentice. We just wonder if this monkey can keep up with him in zaniness, energy, and potential insanity. From the looks of the picture, we'll guess yes, it probably could, as it looks just like its crazy celebrity lookalike. Number 16, Nick Offerman and Tartar sauce. Oh boy, this is just too perfect. Tartar sauce, aka Grumpy Cat, made his way into the limelight back in 2012. And we're betting Nick Offerman had no idea what was coming. I mean, this cat looks just like him, and when the comparison between the two was made, it probably made him even more famous. Who knows, he could owe his recent success wholly to tartar sauce. Maybe somebody should look into whether or not he needs to be splitting his recent earnings with the less than happy looking little creature. We don't know exactly how that would go down in court, but it may be worth a shot. Number 15, Joaquin Phoenix and this bear? Why are you so grumpy looking, Mr. Phoenix? I think we can all agree here that Joaquin Phoenix definitely went through a grizzly bear looking stage, as you can see in this picture. Remember when we all thought he was going crazy? The time when we all believed that he was trying to leave acting and dump on our heads to become a famous rapper? Does I'm Still Here ring any bells? Well, that's exactly the time frame we're talking about. He was looking pretty rough around the edges, although if you think about him resembling a grizzly bear, almost makes you want to cuddle crazy Joaquin, doesn't it? Number 14, Tracy Morgan and this otter. This celebrity animal lookalike is pretty spot on in our humble opinion. Tracy Morgan of comedic acting and even fear-inducing fame happens to look just like this friendly, cuddly, smart sea otter. I mean, just look at these two. They look like they grew up eating meals around the same dinner table, sharing stories from school and the comedy club. If they looked any more alike, we'd have to start questioning Tracy's mother about her life choices. We'd sure like to hang out with these two together, as the otter could provide us with our cute animal cuddles and Tracy with laughs. Oh, one can dream. Number 13, Taylor Lautner and this alpaca. Can you see the resemblance? Of course you can, because these two are basically one and the same. Although Mr. Lautner played a wolf/man hybrid in his most famous role, we think he should have transformed into his true animal lookalike. Can you just imagine for a second if a herd of fluffy alpacas came to Bella's rescue every time she was in danger with vampires? We think this animal transformation would have earned Jacob more brownie points than he got by turning into a massive werewolf creature. Bella would have for sure gone the other direction and chosen to make alpaca babies over little vampires. Number 12, Anderson Cooper and cats. Anderson Cooper is a pretty good looking dude, and if you take into account how much he looks like this cat, some may be able to call him beautiful. Just look at the gorgeous animal that he looks just like, or the other way around. With the same eyes and nearly the same hair color, these two seem like a match made in heaven. If we saw Mr. Cooper walking down the street carrying this white-furred, blue-eyed beauty, we wouldn't be able to help ourselves and would have to walk right up and ask for both of their autographs. Number 11, Rihanna and Llama. Back when Rihanna was still rocking this classy hairstyle, she bore a strange resemblance to some of the more adorable llamas out there. Just look at that color, that texture, those waves. These two are basically sisters, and we don't mean that in a bad way, Riri. We'd be willing to bet that this guy or girl is the queen or king of, well, everything on whatever farm it lives on, and it probably has all of its friends sing, Number 10, Cher and an Afghan hound. No offense to Cher, but she looks just like this here dog breed in particular. It's an adorable long-haired beauty of an animal, so Cher herself should be proud that there's a dog that looks just like her. It looks like this friendly-looking beast probably requires just as much hair attention as the goddess of pop herself. Anyone know if she's rearing any fur children to take after her in the looks department? Cher, if you aren't raising up an Afghan hound to replace you when you're gone, what are you doing with your life? Number 9, Snoop Dogg and this real dog. Oh yeah, we know it's not just us that thinks that Snoop Dogg looks very similar to an Italian Greyhound. This here particular Italian Greyhound just so happens to be the one, the only, Kermit, pet of the famous YouTuber Jenna Marbles. Don't they look like they could be brothers? If Kermit were a human, he'd no doubt be able to pass on as the D-O-O-G himself. It almost looks as though Kermit was sipping on gin and juice and paused mid-party just to snap this selfie. Number 8, Pink and this cockatoo. Just look at that hair, the seduction, the sleek, smooth, sexy look that these two have in common. We're sure that these two could probably perform a lovely duet together. And if Pink owned one, we think they'd have lots of fun bouncing song ideas off of each other. This cockatoo just looks like he's ready to rage, and who knows, maybe it would be Pink that can keep up. These two are both coming up, so we better get this party started. Number 7, Jack Black and this pug. Whether you're a fan of pugs or not, I think we can all agree on something here. Jack Black looks just like one. With their wrinkled, puggy faces, it's hard not to at least find some level of cuteness in these awkward-looking dogs. I guess that means that Jack Black is attractive too. We're not quite sure what we think about that, but we also admit that he shares a striking resemblance to the one, the only, Otis, from The Adventures of Milo and Otis. If that's not enough to persuade you that Jack Black may just be secretly adorable man, we don't know what will. Number 6, Sofia Vergara and a hyena. Hyena. Okay, so we realize that this one may be a little unfair. Apparently this is just a case of a picture being snapped at just the right time. But you do have to admit, these two do have their similarities. Just look at that crazy look in their eyes, the impressive size of the mouth with all of those teeth, and consider the fact that neither of these two is native to America. Number 5, George Bush and this chimp. Alright, so we're all in agreement that number 43 at times really resembles a chimp, right? Maybe someday chimps will be as smart as us, and there's the possibility that, in time, Mr. George W. Bush will catch up too. Number 4, Whoopi Goldberg and this dog. Okay guys, so our favorite character from the movie Ghost just so happens to look a lot like this here dog, known as Puli. Just look at the luscious, thick, incredible dreadlocks that these two seem to share. Not only that, but they look like they could be in a happiness contest, and we have no idea just who would win. Typically, if someone compared you to a dog, you'd probably be upset, right? But the proper looks like this dog has, we're pretty sure that Whoopi wouldn't be offended. I mean, who wouldn't want to look just like this Rastafarian pooch? Number 3, William H. Macy and yet another dog. Alright, fans of Shameless, or even Fargo, the movie that is, this one is something we bet you can see for yourselves. This dog looks just like Frank, or William, and it's pretty cool. Just look at those doughy puppy dog eyes and that glorious fur. Number 2, Samuel L. Jackson, and yes, a dog. Ooh, this dog thinks it's fancy, huh? Well, it is. It looks just like Samuel L. Jackson, and who can get you fancier than that? Okay, we can think of a lot of ways, but that's not the point. It's funny. Samuel actually looks a lot like boxers in general, don't you think? The Pulp Fiction and Snakes on a Plane actor and the breed even seem to have similar levels of hyperactivity and have loud, booming voices in common. Maybe Mr. Jackson was a boxer in a previous life, or will be in the next. Number 1, the Donald and this sloth. Here's a good one for all of you. Donald Trump. As you can see, he looks pretty darn similar to this here sloth. There's one significant difference on this one though. Sloths are inherently adorable, funny, charming, and overall pretty good looking. Donald, on the other hand, is, well, let's just say he's not the most beautiful or lovely piece of man meat we've ever seen.